like I I get to like make friends with randos online, and this is gonna be great. So I mean, I did get kind of like salty sometimes when like people were d-bags, and it absolutely did happen. But I just kind of tried to figure out like where most of the positivity was, and I tried to spend most of my time doing those things, like going to those specific areas where like the cool people tended to go to level up, the BGs that would work, and it was pretty much just Harapi Basin, and even then it wasn't 100% of the time that it was positive, but dang, it was decently like teamwork coordinated, and like okay, we're picking one person, like they're gonna call the shots, and I mean, I guess in hindsight, yeah, I'm surprised because like I remember going back to it after Kata, and yeah, it was decently toxic, I guess, but I had
I'll
fun doing it in the past.
I'll tell you, even better than the battlegrounds was before battlegrounds even were a thing, and everyone was doing Taran
1 minute,
Mill.
by the way, then we're starting.
Yeah, Taran Mill, where it was just open PvP and people were
Oh
just
yeah.
fighting between towns and stuff like that. Oh
Yep.
man, there was a lot of camaraderie there, but
I didn't get to do as much of that, but
it was very
just a
fun.
little bit. It's fun.
Hey, Fantasy Grounds is not working for me whatsoever.
Did you
Like
update?
it, I did like 4 times,
Huh.
and
Oh.
still not letting me into the server.
Not a good platform.
I don't.
This stream is not sponsored by Fantasy Grounds.
Nor do we want to be.
If it was, I think we would be immediately unsponsored.
Yeah.
All right, I am setting up the map. That's right. I am prepared enough to have a map
Oh
today.
god.
Oh.
So one of us is gonna die then if you've put
Someone's
that much
getting
effort into this.
disintegrated. It's probably going to be me.
Why is
Prince
that
is
an
ready to die.
indication that somebody's gonna die?
Well, so far, every fight with the Lich, somebody has died. First, it was Abe. Then it was the prequel.
Well, Abe was
Lich.
scripted.
That Abe was scripted, and technically so. Actually, isn't it hilarious? This was not intentional, but both of the scripted deaths from the Lich were from Disintegrate, and they were both from Cameron's characters.
So maybe it's just a Cameron thing.
Yeah, maybe it's just Cameron gets disintegrated, and then Charlemagne died last time, and then all of you are gonna die this time. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you guys are gonna fight the Lich today. So let me just grab a token for the last two, which would be Vocalion and the Angel. Okay. Can you guys? Probably not.
I don't have it up yet. Should
Yeah,
I open it?
Give me a moment. Fantasy Grounds or the map?
I don't have the map open.
Yeah, I
Should
don't.
I open
I'm
it or
trying
should I
to.
wait for you
I'm
to
trying to
push
make
it?
sure it's shared. It says it's shared. You guys might need to pull it open, but it
Okay.
is
What's it called?
Underdark Tunnels. Oh, now I can share it. Okay, there.
Oh, there we go.
Because mine is in the Underdark.
That's where I found the thing. Can you guys see the tokens?
Yeah.
I can guess.
Can you see the enemy tokens?
No.
I cannot see
I
anything.
went through. Can you see
We can
that
also
one
see the
now?
tiles.
Zombie.
Okay.
Yes, I see one zombie and it's huge.
Hold on.
He a big boy. He a big boy zombie. Also, I don't know if it's meant to be this way, but the map is all like grayscale. Fine if it is.
I
I
mean,
just don't know if
it's
that's because it's like
In
shadowed
the
or whatever.
Underdark, Jake.
is it
it's a-
grayscale or is it just mostly grayscale?
Well, one question is it dark in here? Like, are we gonna have to cast light?
Nah, we could see the Lich per the ending cinematic.
Yeah.
Thunder Wizard's right by us. Absolutely tear him up.
The Thunder Wizard and the Azada, I don't know how to make those your allies, but those are your allies.
Thunder Wizard? Who's a Thunder Wizard?
Dude,
That's
Thunder
just-
Wizard is gonna go all the way to level 20.
That Thunder Wizard is not really a Thunder Wizard. That's just what's his name?
If Galatea dies, I'm gonna be upset.
Okay, let me.
I mean, that's a lot of wasted resources. They would have to spend like everything to kill her, so we would win if they did. Hopefully they do attack her because she is like a literally like the antithesis of their existence. So
Okay,
go ahead and
so
take them out.
let me go back to my description for you guys. All right, so as you enter in, you teleport in, and you see before you a mass of undead. Each of the huge things here, you see the skeleton up front and the two zombies. These are hordes of zombies and skeletons. You have two giant skeletons, and then you have one of those same monstrosities that you passed in the hallway. This creature looks like a zombified and decaying monstrosity. It has dozens of arms and legs that stick out at odd angles, as well as many mouths, all dripping acidic bile. The creature looks like an unholy combination of parts that have been combined without pattern or without care. It is huge, moving by rolling around on its appendages and leaving a trail of green slime behind it as the mouths press and ooze against the ground. And you can see another one of them right in front of you. Also, you see a lone knight standing behind the rest who is coursing with flame. He has nothing in either hand at the moment, but he bears a very striking suit of armor. And then lastly, the Lich, bearing only the top half of his body, flies out above the others and grins. So, you had readied actions as you were coming in if you saw enemies. So, going in order that I had, let me pull that up. Hestia, you cast Life Pact on you and your companions. Vocalion quickly mutters a curse and casts Protection from Evil on the lot of you. Jasper, you cast Disrupting Weapon on Charlemagne's. Oh gosh, what is he using, Parley? I always forget what Charlemagne's using.
Disrupting?
Yes.
Oh, his weapon?
Yes.
Glaive.
And let me get Charlemagne down here. Go ahead and put yourselves in the order you would like to be in. I'll let you set yourselves somewhere in that entrance area where I've got you.
Well, I want to be more centralized,
'Kay.
so
Calistan, you use your super special awesome ability. Do you want to describe what happens as you call that forth? As you use your blessing?
Sure. Calvin shouts for the order, and then a radiant burst of light encapsulates everyone around him. And you all feel greatly heartened and strengthened.
Then, Kayla, are you at your computer?
No, I
It
am
is
not.
not.
The baby's still asleep on me.
I'm going to share my screen, and then you can be able to see what's going on. By that, you can just join the...
Do you need me to bring you your laptop? Will that help?
No,
My
this...
laptop's near me. I just don't know where I could position it and use it.
I wouldn't
can't.
worry about it. You should be able to join the stream since you can't see. And then
Yes.
Enrique, if you're also still unable to get onto Fantasy Grounds, you can do the same and tell me what you're gonna do.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So following Caliston's outburst, Maleth, you are casting Magic Missile, and Gabriel, or actually Prince, you're gonna go first with
I
yours.
prefer rallying cry, not outburst. I didn't get mad at a Wendy's here. I'm inspiring soldiers to fight.
You're rallying. Okay, your rallying cry, calling forward the strength of your allies. Prince, you inspire courage. Tell me what it is that you do as you are seeing your enemies before you to assist in rallying your allies.
Um. Well, I guess for my inspire courage, I will. Would it be too much since my inspire courage is a move action for me to summon an instrument to
Go ahead.
also?
Go ahead.
Okay. So this is still the prep action, right?
Yes, this is the ready to
Okay.
action. You guys came in ready to do this, so you probably had your instrument already.
Okay. Well, I'll make it a small like lute, or it'll be a violin, and I'll start playing like a just an inspiring violin piece, one that is like a battle song. I don't know what a battle song on violin would sound like, but something something like that. Probably wouldn't say anything because I probably wouldn't say anything. I'll just start playing music.
All right. And then Gabriel and Maleth, you are targeting. Gabriel, you said you were going to fly up and take a shot at one of the enemies, and then Maleth, you said you were going to cast Magic Missile at someone.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Maleth first. Who do you cast Magic Missile at? You've got the two hordes of zombies, the skeleton, the horde of skeletons, the two very large skeletons, the gobbling ooze, bile monstrosity sort of thing, this burning knight, and then the lich in the back.
I'll go for the zombies.
Okay. You stretch forth your hand and let's see, at level, you guys are level 11? So that would be
Yes.
5 missiles spread forth from your fingers and dart towards the zombies, taking out several of them in the pack. But the horde itself seems unaffected by the loss of a few of its members. Lastly, Gabriel, you fly up into the air and take your shot.
Yes, I wanted to shoot the biggest target.
Physically, the biggest target would probably be that ooze in the back.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, it's not an ooze. It is that's the figure I used, but it's this weird gibbering bile monstrosity.
Yeah, similar to the one we saw in the hallway.
It is,
right?
yes, it is just like the one that you saw in the hallway.
Yeah. That's what I'm shooting.
Okay. So I will do your attack.
Okay. And I have the stats for my Darkwood Composite Longbow as well.
Yeah, I'm going off that. So it's your many shot that's going off. So that's going to hit it for a sum total of 39 damage. And as you hit it, the several you can see pustules kind of on the side of it, and as they get hit by your arrows, the entire side of this thing just squirts acid off to the side, and you can see it melting through the ground as it hits.
Okay.
All right. And lastly, as you're all gathered together, right in front of the lot of you, the celestial companion that Prince summoned conjures a wall of force, and I will draw that on here. And no sooner does she do this than you see a lightning bolt streak forward from the Lich, passing through or passing right past his allies and impacting the wall right in front of you, Calistan. So you can actually feel the hair on your skin. Well, you can't feel it, but you can see the hairs on your skin lift up at the crackling electricity. And you can hear just a loud crack in the air as the lightning impacts the wall of force. That will buy us a few moments, she says, but I don't know how long it will last. Quick, make any other preparations that you need. I need everybody to roll initiative. Okay, Jasper, Prince, Hestia. I will roll for Gabriel and Maleth. Okay.
Nice rolls for my comrades there, DM.
Yeah, sorry about that. Gabriel with the nat 1. Still not last in the
Oh,
initiative order, though. Okay.
Well, the real problem is Maleth with a nat 2 for a total of 5.
Hey, she still barely beats Charlemagne because of the higher bonus. Okay, so first and foremost, why did I get rid of the combat tracker? All right, so you see the champions, or these large skeletons move forward, and the Burning Knight move forward as well. They're readying their weapons. Each of the giants has a different weapon. One has a large polearm, the other a great axe. And the knight himself, still burning, bears nothing. Vocalion steps forward, and he looks to the lot of you and says, "This is going to get ugly. Prepare yourselves and split up. I'm not sure what the Lich is going to do, but it's not going to be pretty." And he reaches up to you, Calistan and Charlemagne, and casts protection from fire on the both of you. Hestia, your turn. Prince, you're on deck.
Alright, I'm going to make a magic circle against evil.
Okay. Where is that circle?
It is going to be.
And what's
I thought the Kellion did that.
He cast protection from evil against you guys. The magic circle against evil will have a similar effect, but it's going to be more stationary.
I want it to just be over as much of all of us as it possibly can.
Okay, so you're going to really cover this area right here
Yeah.
with protection from evil, or magic circle against evil.
Yeah.
Go ahead and Calistan, do you have a spellcraft check?
I believe so.
If you want to make a spellcraft check, you can get an insight as to what the difference will be between those two spells. So you would know that the protection from evil will, since it's more on a personal level, it will give you additional defenses, but it won't prevent being attacked. However, if you are within the circle, it may actually prevent the enemies from entering the circle.
Okay.
All right, Prince, you are up.
Okay, how far would you say that the army
This is to
are
scale.
Okay, so each one of these is 5 feet?
Correct.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's plenty. Where? So we don't have the horde on the map, right?
There are there are two zombie hordes. That's the two big zombies, and then the regular skeleton in the middle. That is a skeleton horde. If you had to guess, each of these groups contains somewhere between 30 and 50.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm guessing that big skeleton horde directly in front of us looks like the biggest stuff, right?
It's somewhere in there.
Okay, so are there any particularly large, stupid-looking undead in the hordes?
The hordes themselves look to be kind of mindless shambles moving forward. The larger skeletons themselves and the Burning Knight look to be actually strategically positioning themselves. The others are kind of just moving in some rudimentary fashion, where the others
Okay,
seem to be moving in accordance to kind of fill in the gaps.
okay. So, I am going to let me just make sure this is correct. Okay, so as long as I'm maintaining a performance, if I cast a spell, I can spend an extra bardic performance to get to go past the cannot be affected by mind spells. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna cast confusion, and I'm going to put it like right on top of that main skeleton horde in the center. And that has a 15-yard spread.
And does it
It's
just
11.
affect everything inside?
Yes, it affects everything inside. All creatures within a 15-foot burst. And they are affected with confusion. And the DC for that is going to be it's hold on, I have it right here, I think. God, open up. It's a 3rd level spell plus 7. So
DC
20?
20.
Yes, DC 20. I know that's going to be very hard to manage as far as spells go,
Yeah.
but you'll figure it out.
Or I won't need to. Okay. So you use your ability, and as the skeletons are moving forward, you can tell that your magic was able to permeate the area, but for some reason they are not affected by it. They seem to, or I should say, they seem to be moving on undeterred.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that. I guess I'll just move then. I'll move up here. I'll move like there, right behind Calistan and Dude. And I'll end my turn.
Okay. Right. So the Celestial moves forward, and she casts a flame strike that falls from the sky and lands right on the skeletons. Nope, those two. And you can see several of the charred bodies of the skeletons crumble to the ground. The rest just shamble over them, continuing towards you. All right, Caliston, followed by Jasper.
All right. Going to Swift cast Divine Power on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just adding that. Um, then I'm just going to channel Vigor.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Jasper, you are up. Keep in mind there is still this wall of force in between you.
Does the wall of force stop all fire, everything?
It has so far.
Okay.
Anything that requires a direct contact in between things.
So I would have to worry about my spells going out to things past the wall of force.
The wall of force will prevent things from happening. There are some spells that there's nothing passing from you to the target. In those cases, such as the flame strike called down by the celestial, then the wall of force will not stop them. But in the case of something like a fireball, that would have to pass through, and it would impact and explode.
On the wall of force. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that. I guess I wasn't as mindful of that specific part. But what about rays from positive touch?
Those also would need to be done elsewhere. I mean,
No worries.
from where the thing is, you could step to the side and you could hit one of the enemies with that if you tried. But you would be moving yourself to the side and no longer behind the wall of force.
That is true, and I might be prepared for that.
Quick question. Is it possible that you could open up Kayla's character to me so I can look at her spell list and communicate it to her to figure out what she wants to do while everything else is going on?
Yes.
Okay, that would be great. I'm not going to play her character. I am just asking her and telling her what
You're
she has.
good. You're good.
So I have prepared Dispel Magic Greater. Do I happen to notice any type of enchantment or magical effect that is benefiting these legions of undead before
Well,
us?
I mean, one that's immediately evident to you is the Lich is flying. The others that stand out to you, the Knight is covered in fire, though you're not sure if that is a magical effect or something more innate. But at least from where you're standing without getting, I mean, because you're at this point, you're 60 feet-ish from the closest enemies, and even further away from the Lich, the only thing that's immediately evident to you is that the Lich is flying.
That is fair. I think I know something that I can do. And I don't believe it counts as force because it's technically light.
If you want
It's-
to
It's
check,
the spell Searing Light.
that would well, let me double check.
It's divine power like a ray of sun. You project a blast of light.
Yeah, it is something that's going to
Dang it!
get stopped by that.
The only thing I knew to prepare was freaking okay.
Let me super double check.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's
Breath
fine.
weapons
I
and
just-
spells cannot pass through the wall of force. It has to be something that doesn't. If it doesn't originate from you, then it's something that you could potentially cast on the other side. But something
That
like
is-
a ray will originate from you.
No, you are correct. I will just go ahead.
You can
and
ready an action if
ready
you're.
in action. Yeah, I know.
You have no like buff to throw on or anything like that?
I mean, I don't need to do haste, and I don't want to do certain other things just yet because I don't think it'll necessarily serve a purpose just yet, or nobody's close enough to do it. I've got some debuffs. I don't really have any buffs per se. I could do daylight, which might be good. Or I could try to command. No, I can't command because they're not close enough.
I mean,
I can
when you
I can
cast
put mage
daylight,
armor on somebody else if
when you
they feel like
cast
they would
daylight, you cast it on an object, and you could then toss that object over the wall if you wanted to, or something.
I'd rather
thereabouts.
prepare an action, and
'Kay.
I am going to prepare fireball, and I'm going to wait until I'm basically going to wait until, can I say, if an undead comes into view past the wall, or past this wall of force.
If
I
you
can-
get to a situation where the enemy is suddenly able to be hit by your fireball, is your condition. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay. That's fair. Right.
I'm
Then
so sorry, guys.
you're good.
I didn't think about the wall of force.
I mean, readying an action is still good.
Yeah, the skeleton moves forward to, or the horde of skeletons moves forward to right there, and the lich moves forward to about right here, and he shoots from his finger a small bead that shoots forward and stops inches from the wall of force right in front of you, Calistan.
Is it my understanding that physical weapons can't bypass the wall either?
Correct.
Okay.
Anyone
How
who
tall is that wall?
it is 60 feet tall. So it is now, I mean, it's blocking you right now, Gabriel, though you could move in front, move above it. Actually, no. The cavern doesn't go high enough, so it is going from floor to ceiling.
Okay.
And actually, one more thing. You are next, but Calistan, I think you and Charlemagne are blocked because of the skeletons, but Malith or Jasper, you are probably in a position that you could tell, and also Hestia, that you might be able to tell what the Lich just cast if you are so inclined to make a spellcraft check.
Is that just Hestia that can make the spellcraft check? or me
Hestia,
too?
Malith, and Jasper. Malith, I think
Yeah,
you
I'd
have the
like to make
highest
it.
spellcraft out of everyone, so.
I have spellcraft, if
Well,
I can see it.
I'd like to make the check then.
Yeah, go ahead, Prince. Can you make
Where
it
do
for
I
you
find
and Malith?
Spellcraft, is it in skills?
Yeah, it's your skill.
Alright.
All right. Well, I think all three of you. Okay, everyone but
Yeah.
Prince did the wrong skill, but everyone else could tell what it was. He just cast Delayed Blast Fireball.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice of him to delay it.
So Jasper and Malith, you would know enough about the spell. Hestia, you know that's what he cast. You don't know all the details of it, but Jasper and Malith, you know that when he casts it, he's able to cause it to wait to explode for a certain amount of time, and then it will go off.
Well, it's in the name.
Yes.
Delayed blast fireball. I'm gonna yell. He cast delayed blast fireball.
Okay,
Ah,
Gabriel, what are you going to do?
What spell was this that I was looking at?
All right, and Malith, be ready in just a moment.
Yes, for a second I thought that I could go above the wall and
Yeah.
shoot.
Here, while you are prepping, I'm going to have the next enemies go because they're not going to be able to get to you. The zombies both rush forward as fast as they can, and they get up next to the wall.
But they can't go over the
They
wall.
can't go through it.
Okay. I am going to cast Light Prison on that big monstrosity that I
Okay.
got earlier.
Let me double check if that can go through. So you do know that that spell will be blocked by the Wall of Force, but you can ready an action to cast it, though.
Okay. So what kind of spells can go through then?
Through
Or
the
I don't know.
through the Force, nothing. And
Well,
just
stuff that doesn't originate on you.
yeah, anything that doesn't
basically.
originate. And this is all stuff that the Celestial would have explained to you guys beforehand. I probably should have given a little bit more of that,
Okay.
but we can say that you had that conversation before you got here.
Okay. Let's see here. I thought I would know. Okay. I don't need much more time here.
Maleth, are you prepared as well? And Charlemagne?
Yeah.
I do have one question to make sure that my suggestion's not bad. Can you cast the spell magic through the Wall of Force?
If you were to try and cast Dispel Magic through the Wall of Force, you would potentially dispel the Wall of Force.
That's what I was
Okay, never mind.
wanting to try on my turn. But
Is to
thanks
dispel the
for
Wall
that
of
heads
Force? Okay.
No,
Well,
no,
is
not
it-
to dispel the Wall of Force.
Is it
That's what I was wondering.
possible to ready an action to dispel the delayed fireball so the dispel goes off before the fireball goes off?
Yes, it is. What you could do is you could ready an action that as soon as the Wall of Force disappears, you try and dispel the delayed blast fireball.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's what I would want to do.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to use a judgment, which I haven't used much before.
Okay.
Let's see, which one am I going to? I am just going to enable the destruction judgment on myself, which gives just me, +3 sacred bonus on all weapon damage rolls. So it's one for every 3 Inquisitor levels. So that gives me a +3.
Okay.
And I am going to ready an action for whenever the wall comes down. I'm gonna fly up a little bit more, so I'm about 10 feet under the ceiling.
Okay.
And I am gonna ready that. No, I can't ready an action at this point, can I?
Is your judgment a swift action or a standard action?
As a swift action.
Okay, so you still have a standard action. You did a move to fly up higher, a swift action to do your judgment, and you still have your standard. So you can ready.
Yeah, I'm going to knock out my bow and be ready, and so I can fire on the big guy again once the wall is down.
Okay, so you're just preparing to shoot him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Charlemagne. Anything Charlemagne's doing? The two followers of Vocalion, at the sound of "there's a delayed blast fireball," they both just run to the side and back to try and get as far away from that as possible.
Both of them at that one token.
I guess I could do another one. But yeah, what's Charlemagne doing? Anything?
He'll just stick with the main group.
Okay.
But is that sufficient to get out of the fireball? How far?
I mean, if the fireball goes off, it's right in front of your face, so it would probably encompass everyone. of your group, as well as some of the enemies.
It's right where he is now.
It's right at the front of where you are. Oh, he moved further back. It will go probably as far back as Gabriel, based on what you've seen in the past.
Hey. Then I have to be right here to be safe.
Yeah, that would probably put him safe.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll just ready in action to attack if something comes near.
So all of the skeletons and the knight do nothing else at this point. They wait. The let's see. Vocalion steps to the side over here, and he prepares. He pulls back his hands, and you see lightning crackling off of his fingertips. Hestia, you're up. Prince, you're on deck. And actually, the rest of you, Caliston, Jasper, Prince Hestia, is there anything else that you are going to do right now?
Wait, we get another turn?
Yes, you have a turn right now. The wall of force is still up.
I'm going to do Dance of 23 Steps as a free action.
Okay.
It just gives me AC. It'll give me 4 more AC. So boom, I've got 4 more AC. I'll just hover that in my mind. The second thing that I will do is I'll cast another Confusion. And I'll pick the dumbest looking group.
Okay. Pick one. Left, middle, or
Okay.
right?
Which one has been hit the least by spells so far? I've been kind of
Left.
keeping track, so I know the first group has kind of been hit. Has any of them been hit?
One of them has by magic missile. The one on the right has been hit by magic missile. The one
Okay,
on the
so
left has
I'll
not.
hit the most pressing one. Well, actually, Calistan is directly in front of the first one, right?
Yes.
So I'll hit the one on the left of us.
I don't plan on staying here, by the way. I'm not standing in a delayed blast fireball. I just haven't been able to move yet.
Okay. So the zombies gain a look of some of them begin milling around and behaving a bit more erratic after you use your spell on them.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool. I will also move. I'm
Okay.
going to move back.
Hestia, anything on your end?
I am going to move out of the blast zone. I can't. Probably over where Prince is.
Oh, also on my turn, sorry to retroactive, I will tell Hestia, try to split the group so we don't get overwhelmed. I think Wall of Fire might work through the Wall of Force.
I was thinking of doing a Baleful Polymorph on the Lich. Would you rather Wildfire or me turn him into a rabbit or something?
I'm not sure that would actually work, but I don't know
On
the
the
spell.
last guy.
He was human.
That's true, but it still will. It's still one of the only things I can think of. So, but I'll do the Wildfire.
I mean, if it works, do what you want to do. I'm scared that we're going to get overwhelmed because they are starting to spread around us, and fighting on all fronts is scary. So I definitely want to split them if anyone can do it.
Okay, then I will.
Hestia, you would know. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
I was going to say you would know that Baleful Polymorph only works on living people.
Okay. Then I'm going to do a Wall of Fire, kind of at a diagonal, splitting off the zombies from the other creatures in the back.
Okay, so in between them or like this?
No, kind of like including the one on the top left with those other zombies.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
That good, Prince?
Yeah, I would say face the flames away from us, but I feel like everyone on that one side of the wall is gonna meet the save. But I still think they take damage even if they meet the save. So I would face the flames towards them, towards the groups away from us, so we don't burn. Well, actually, either way would be good because, like, if you face it towards the other ones, I think that
I
those
just don't
three
want
groups
us
are gonna.
getting burned as we go into it, because we can get hurt as well.
I don't know how big the flames are when they face, but if it's
Okay,
just
all right.
enough to hit the zombies, that might be
Calistan, what
good.
are you doing? Not enough time for talking. And also Jasper, you're up.
I've cast Paragon Surge on myself. I'm going to give myself Greater Grapple.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... Where is it?
Jasper, what are you doing while he's
Use
checking
my
that?
Soaring Assault blessing. And then I'm going to fly 60 feet in the air. Just directly toward the Lich, actually. Why not?
Okay, so the force is still in between you and the Lich, but you can wait. But you can
It's
get into the air.
impassable as well?
Yes, it's physically impassable.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay. So you're in the air as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Jasper, what are you doing?
Yeah, so if this is, I mean, I could release my ready to action if that's allowed, just because I realize that where I'm standing, the zombie one group, while it's not like the best radius, like I've got I've got spell slots for days. I maybe would just prefer to get like the kind of like the bottom left side of the zombie one group in the blast.
I mean, if you feel like that would have been a situation where they were close enough that you could get at least part of them with the fireball, we can count that as having gone off before your turn, if you would have done that.
Sure, I mean, either way, I think it would effectively have the same effect. I'd still be getting Calistan's, gain +2 bonus attack roll and then bonus to AC and reflex saves. So
You don't have to be near me.
Yeah, you don't
That's
have
just
to
a
be near him.
buff.
Yeah, so if you would
Right.
have used the fireball when they got that close, then you would have been I mean, they're partially obstructed, but you could do it in such a way that it can get some of them at least.
Yeah, I would love to do that, honestly.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll damage, and it's going to be half damage automatically because you're only able to get half of them.
Yeah, of course.
But then
I
you
clicked
will
the
have
wrong
your
thing.
turn.
One moment.
So,
Just roll damage, not the attack, right?
for fireball isn't an attack, so yeah, just roll damage.
Decent. So half of that. So
Aren't
12.
you higher than level 7?
Yeah, absolutely, I am.
I was
Am
going
I
to say
supposed
you
to
should
update
be.
it?
You should be. I can't remember if fireball
11d6,
caps.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on, let me
10
check.
d6.
It might be 2
10
per
10
every 2
d6.
levels.
It is maximum of 10 d6. So just roll an extra
Okay.
3d6.
absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So,
that is 15.
all right. Some of the zombies are consumed in that. But more specifically, what are you going to do on your turn?
Yeah. So I am wary of this dispel magic business. What I would like to do is, if for whatever reason Prince's dispel magic does not go off.
Maliths.
Not mine, it's Melee.
Oh, Malith's. If
Yes.
Malith's dispel magic is counterspelled or whatever, like if it doesn't succeed the moment that the energy field thing is the wall of force is gone, I would instead cast my dispel magic greater in a let's see, it's got a 20-foot radius. So I would love for the south part of the radius to or the southernmost part of its area to cover that bead.
Okay,
and then
so
for the rest of it to
I will
extend.
say, if she fails, you will have to make a reflex save to be able to, because you're trying to time it to only use your thing if she is unsuccessful, right?
Yeah.
So you will have to make a save to react fast enough to see that she failed, but still catch it in time.
I thought you might say that, so it's a good thing I went for the +2 bonus to attack rolls and stuff because it gives me +2 to reflex saves.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
Okay. All right. So Jasper, you ready yourself, and the Lich moves forward just a little bit more, and you can see him a little bit past the wall of fire. And he stretches forth his finger, and a sickly green ray shoots towards it, impacting directly in front of you, Calistan, on the wall of force, which immediately disintegrates. Malith, your triggered action goes off. Go ahead and you will make a spellcraft or a caster level check.
How do I do that?
That'll be on the action tab, and there's a CL button near the top. And you'll just double click the CL. I think double click it.
Oh, that's concentration. Whoops.
I mean, that
You
should
can't
be
click the double.
okay.
Hold on.
Well, I will go with that roll, and then what the thing would be, which would bring you to a 21 or 2020, which is insufficient to overcome the caster level check of the fireball. Jasper, go ahead and make your reflex save.
I'm gonna add that modifier. Oh, that better be freaking
Quick
sufficient.
as a whip, you see Malith cast her dispel magic as the fireball begins to expand. The Lich timed this exactly to what he wanted, but you are able to at least attempt. Go ahead and give us a caster level check.
And again, you said that that's in the.
It's a D20 plus your
actions.
caster level. It's going to be a D20 plus 11.
All right. Oh.
Do you get any bonuses with greater dispel magic versus regular dispel magic, or is it just a straight caster level check?
Only under certain circumstances, I believe. And I think it would be only +4. So what I could do is I could spend a hero point.
Is it +4? Or how much is it?
It is one moment. And I think it only works that way under certain applications. Like I think if I do a targeted dispel.
Oh wait, that's okay. Oh, it does more things if you're doing a targeted dispel.
No, that's only if I counterspell specifically the bead rather than try to counterspell a bunch of stuff in the area.
So are you doing? Were you? I mean, from my understanding, you were targeting the bead. Is that correct?
No, I was doing an area.
The whole
dispel.
area. Okay. All right.
So it's supposed to affect everything within a 20-foot radius. And I have to roll one dispel check and apply that to each creature.
Give me one more spellcraft check for a different effect, because something you couldn't see before was the knight who was sprinting forward, and right as the wall of force disappears, he emerges from the skeletons that were in front of him as he is charging towards you as a group.
Okay.
So give me one more spellcraft check for anything that
spellcraft.
No, sorry, the same check you just rolled.
Yes. Can I use that hero point then?
Yes. I mean, what are you going to use it on? You can see this guy charging forward. You can see the fireball.
So my reflex save popped off on time, right?
Yes, your reflex save was very.
But I want to make sure that I get this area dispelled down so that it can dispel. Like Does an area dispel the
Ow, ow, ow.
what's it called? The bead of flame, or do I have to specifically use it as a counter spell? That's my question.
Oh, I misheard what you were saying about the area dispel.
Okay. Right. So
Okay.
originally,
Yep. No, you're
that's what I
right.
was saying,
You're
because
good.
it's a
You're good.
20-foot radius.
Yes.
So
So yeah, you would be able to dispel it. So you're using your hero
Oh.
point on that.
Yes.
Okay.
But because I wanted to use that in a radius, I was wondering if anything else would also be
Yes.
dispelled.
Yeah, if you're using
Perfect.
it on the area, yes. So the knight, as he's charging forward, you use your dispel and you see the bead of fire as it begins to expand. It immediately contracts and whiffs into a puff of smoke. And the knight, while he is charging forward, you notice he staggers just a little bit and slows down as he gets closer to you. However, he still is able to reach you. And let's see. Calistan is out of the way, so Maleth, call heads or tails.
Tails.
Okay. Maleth, this knight, as he runs forward, he tackles you. And you notice at this point that he has a dagger out in each hand. What is your combat maneuver defense?
Kyle, are you there to answer that?
Yeah, Kyle, what's her CMD?
Well, it's 17. It's 17. But does that get affected by anything Calistan did? Haste or
Yes,
anything? I
that
don't
will
know if
give
CMD
her.
gets affected by anything.
I'm gonna say that gives her a +2, and that still puts her below this
I
guy's
also
bonus.
essentially have mage armor on, but I did it from an exploit.
So this will not affect against this because he doesn't attack you. He grapples you and takes you to the ground immediately. And the feeling of the fire on that is emanating from him is excruciating. This doesn't feel like regular flame. This feels like it turns your stomach as you smell the ash coming off of him. But he tackles you to the ground and ends up in a roll right in between Prince and Jasper, leaving you on the ground, Maleth. And each of you, it's not a whole lot, but you will take 7 points of fire damage. That includes Charlemagne, Hestia, and even one of the priests.
It's that Grave Knight.
Yes.
Okay, he provokes an attack of opportunity from Charlemagne.
Okay. What is the total? Or, yeah, go ahead and make the attack.
So
Okay.
people's overall health is like their class HD plus their con multiplied times their level, right?
More or less, yes. So,
Okay.
as Charlemagne strikes down at the Grave Knight, the Grave Knight comes out of this roll with Maleth, and as the Foucher comes down right towards his shoulder, the Grave Knight's hand shoots up and catches it, and he looks at Charlemagne, and in a whisper. So actually, let me give you a better description. So this Grave Knight, as he moves in, he has a suit of armor burning and radiating heat, filled with the crumbling and rotting corpse of a knight, jaw hanging loosely yet still connected by strong-looking sinews. As he turns to Charlemagne, you hear a raspy voice whisper, "A worthy opponent. We shall see." Okay. Gabriel, your ready to action also goes off as the force wall goes down. Take your shot at the monstrosity. Let me see if I can change
All right.
its name up here.
Fantasy Grants is still not working
Yeah.
for me.
So so you're taking the shot. Let me.
Yeah. And then with my judgment, it's a +3 to damage, not to attack, just damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
the knight that was wearing that really cool armor, is that by the monstrosity as well?
he is immediately below you.
Immediately below me.
Yes.
Okay.
So you take your shot, and again it hits the bile monstrosity, wedging or putting the arrows right inside of it. And as it does so, again this thing is squirting acid onto the ground.
There's no other creatures next to it that it might spray with its acid.
No, well, actually no. This greater skeleton champion might be. Let me roll for him.
Yeah,
So,
because
yeah, no,
that's
he does.
one reason why I was attacking. I thought maybe there were other enemies near it,
Yes.
and yeah, so
So,
additional damage just by convenience.
yep. So a little bit of the acid hits this skeleton champion. The Lich, though, is much out of range. All right, so you finish your attack, and actually, both of these zombie hordes press forward, and one of them immediately surrounds the celestial that is with you. The other steps forward and goes after Vocalion and his priest. And as it does so, Vocalion lets forth a lightning bolt that passes through the zombies and also that skeleton champion. So let me roll damage for that. Okay. Actually, that zombie makes the zombies make the save. And the skeleton, by the way, Malith and Charlemagne are up next. So give me just a moment to finish up this biomonstrosity as well.
The group that's attacking the Celestial should still be confused, I think. It lasts like one round
Yes.
per level.
Yes. So their attack will be much less effective because of that. Okay. And this bile monstrosity, it just kind of rolls forward, even covering up the arrows, and it kind of just rolls onto them, pushing them up into it even more. You can see additional acid kind of just oozing onto the ground around it as it kind of crawls and rolls towards you all.
Out of curiosity, did the firewall look like it did anything to it, or did it just like walk through it like it was nothing?
It did not do anything to it. Actually, wait.
Well,
No, sorry.
that should...
I'm getting confused because I used a magma thing. This one, while the Grave Knight was unaffected, this thing is noticeably charred as it comes through.
Okay, so fire does do. Okay, cool.
Yes. And then confirm this last thing. Okay. The skeleton champion moves over to here. The other one moves over to here. Malith, it is your turn, followed by Charlemagne.
Is she still grappled?
She is not grappled. She was brought to the ground and left there.
Were you gonna say something?
Well, I just have a suggestion. If you're still on the ground, you should use Parley's thing that allows you to stand up from prone as a swift action.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I would definitely like to do that.
And she doesn't provoke attack of opportunity either
Yeah.
for doing that.
Thanks for mentioning that. I didn't even think about that. So that means I can still like cast a spell and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so question: could I hit either of the hordes coming up us with a fireball without hurting any of my comrades?
At the moment, the best you could do is shoot it behind the skeletons, and that could potentially get both the bile monstrosity and the skeleton horde. Actually, yeah,
Okay,
you would be able to do that.
I would do
And
that then.
okay, and if you do it to the side, actually, now that I'm looking at this, you could also get the big skeleton champion. Okay, so go ahead and Kyle, can you roll damage for that?
Yes, I can, but I would also like looking at her stuff. She's gonna cast that as a crypt spell, so it's 1 level higher. If it does any damage to any undead, they become sickened for the amount of rounds. If they save, it's half of the rounds per caster level. So
Okay.
if they get hit by fire at all, they're sickened. And so I'm just gonna use Wall of Fire as a level up, so I'm just gonna use that. Wait, is that how Arcanists
It's
work? Can they do meta
fireball.
magic? Can they do
No, they don't do
meta
meta
magic
magic for
on the
free.
fly?
If she
Fine.
built
Well,
specifically
that's
I do
for
silly.
that, yes.
I do have meta magic as a feat though.
There is an option for that. I don't know
Or
if that's what she grabbed to be able to do it on the fly.
Well, yes, it does. It says she has a meta magic knowledge exploit, and then it says she has It says she has the
That just lets her
crypt
select
spell
one.
meta magic. Yes, but does it work like sorcerer where they can do it on the fly, or does it work like wizard where you have to prepare it?
She has to prepare it, but I would say that you would have been able to prepare it beforehand. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, I just used the Wall of Fire since that's the higher level spell, but it's a fireball. It should do 10d6, and let me do the 10d6. How many is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The DC for it, I think she does have spell focus, so it's going to be +1. She has a 4. Is hers intelligence or charisma?
Intelligence.
intelligence.
Intelligence. So that's going to be. Does it? Okay. I
Crypt
think it's going to be
spell.
21. No.
Crypt
Yeah.
spell does not increase the DC.
Okay. So it's still going to be a 3rd level spell +5, 18, 19. 19
Okay.
DC.
All right. So the group of skeletons makes the save, and so does the skeleton champion. The bile monstrosity does not make the save. Second, remind me what that does.
Basically -2 to everything. -2
Okay.
skill checks, -2 damage, -2
So just
attack rolls.
overall less effective. Perfect. Okay,
Yes.
so and that damage 34. Okay. Duly noted. The skeleton is the skeletons and also the large skeleton are very much hurting. You can tell that they're beginning to lose chunks, and different many skeletons have dropped at this point. Almost half of them, you'd guess. The bile monstrosity, however, seems to still be going strong. It is not noticeably losing parts. All right, Charlemagne's turn. His weapon is currently grabbed by the Grave Knight.
Okay, what do I do to wrest it free then?
That would be a combat maneuver check.
Is there specific rules regarding specifically grabbing somebody's weapon and holding it?
I'm treating this as pretty much the equivalent. If he has bonuses against either a disarm or a grapple, they'll count for this.
Okay, I'm just gonna stab him if he's just content to hold my weapon then.
Okay, yeah, you can twist it and make an attack at this point. It won't stop him from grabbing it, but him holding it won't necessarily. It in some ways makes it easier for him to move it, but also harder to not get hit by it. So go ahead and just make your attack, and I'll count it as a. Oh. So both of those are going to hit. And that second one is a 21 will not confirm the crit. So 2 hits though.
47 damage.
Okay. All right. Despite the Grave Knight holding the weapon, Charlemagne's able to twist it around and expertly slash it across him a number of times. Let me verify his DR. Now that is a magical weapon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the Grave Knight takes 2 gashes across his chest, and actually part of the armor you notice is noticeably scratched from it as well. He's not necessarily like a skeleton, he's kind of this combination like a rotting zombie, but you can see the bones are still in there and they seem to be strengthened and coursing with fiery energy as well. And there's kind of guts that are now spilling out at his abdomen. All right, so Charlemagne's turn being over, the skeletons here move forward. And as they do so, the Celestial lets out a cry and begins to cast a spell. Prince, you would recognize this as Holy Word. In a flash of light, the zombies surrounding her let out a croak, and all... Fudge. Oops, I just deleted all tokens. I'm very good at this.
Wow, that was a really powerful spell.
Okay.
I'm still there.
I just dropped you in, that's why.
Oh.
So she casts Holy Word, and apparently everyone was evil, so everyone dies. Sorry, I might have screwed up visibility on this. That was
I'm
embarrassing.
sorry.
No, that's fine. I was like, click. Wait, everything's gone.
Epic.
Everything is not supposed to be gone.
This doesn't have an undo button? I feel like it
No.
should have an undo button.
I mean, if it does, I have no idea where it's at.
Well, as long
I'm
as we have
sorry.
time,
Okay.
I'm gonna make a
Yeah,
cup
well,
of coffee.
So while I'm setting this up, I'll describe what happens. So as she does this, light emanates from her in every direction. Jasper, you feel a weird tingling sensation, but nothing else. The rest of you are totally unaffected by this.
Huh.
Oh, we changed your alignment just in time.
I guess so.
Crap.
This could have been very, very bad.
The Grave Knight, however, appears to be unaffected. Did I make him visible? Yeah, I did. Okay. Who am I missing? Oh, the Last skeleton champion.
If it makes you feel any better, you would have probably just been blinded, deafened, so you wouldn't have been able to see or hear anything.
So, your companion, Prince, she is panting from the exertion of that after having been surrounded as she was by those undead. But she tosses a glance back at you. I hope you're worth this, Prince.
Uh,
Okay, so
Prince doesn't know. Prince looks speechless.
yeah, let me delete everything that's
I'm
dead now.
speechless.
Okay. All right. With that, the Grave Knight lunges forward towards Charlemagne. Because his weapon is being held, he won't be able to take the attack of opportunity. But what is his combat maneuver defense?
Um, 26.
So Charlemagne, as he is being lunged at by the Grave Knight, he drops the Fouchard and trying to push back the Grave Knight as much as he can. He's able to prevent himself from being grappled, but the Grave Knight, as he gets in close, he's able to take a strike with his dagger as well. So he's unable to get a hold of Charlemagne, but let's see, where's the attack roll? What is Charlemagne's AC?
23.
Okay, 23. So Charlemagne is able to dance back a little bit more out of the reach of his weapon, but he's able to dodge the burning dagger that the Grave Knight takes at him. The Grave Knight looks at him intently. Submit to me. And he seems to be completely ignoring the rest of you, fixating on Charlemagne. All right, Hestia, your turn. Prince, you're on deck. Actually, hold on 1 second. Let me confirm what he does. Because in all of this, Gabriel, you see a few rays of fire streak towards you from the Lich's hand. Actually, one of them goes to you, two of them go to Calistan.
Okay.
So let me roll damage there. So, Gabriel, do you have any fire resistance?
I might have.
Calistan, 24 hits you and is absorbed by the spell that Vocalion cast on you previously. Then, Gabriel, you're going to take 15 points of fire damage.
Okay. Is there like oh, what's it called? Over here. A roll to dodge that, or
There is not. It's touch AC,
There's
and
not.
he hit it fairly easily. Hestia,
Okay.
Prince, you are on. What are you doing? And by the way, we're gonna stop right here after you guys go. Just since it's getting late.
Okie dokie. Hold on. I'm trying to look at the map. Give me a second. Where am I? Which one's my token? Am I even on here? I don't think I'm here.
I forgot to put you back. Don't worry about it.
I was sitting here trying to figure out.
harmed by any daylight spells. Like, does daylight?
Regular daylight, I don't believe will harm any of these undead.
Okay. Just double check.
So far as you know. Right, Prince, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm here. Okay, good.
Yes.
I am just going to, for shits and giggles, I'm going to start, because I don't really have anything else to do, I'm going to start Palavi's of the Nirvana's Blossom. It does take 3 full rounds, but that's just what I'm going to be doing
Okay.
in my round, is starting it.
And that is the one that could potentially destroy undead with light, is that correct?
Well, it doesn't
which one's
destroy destroys anything affected by daylight, but it also creates like plant growth if there's already plant-like things around,
Okay.
which creates like immovable terrain. I just don't have anything else to do right now because
All right, and Hestia, what are you doing?
Who is attacking the Lich the most?
Presently, nobody is attacking the Lich.
Okay. Well then, who is closest to any of the people fighting?
Oh, I forgot to put you down here. Can you ask that question again?
Who is closest to the enemies, I guess?
Your
Surrounding
allies?
one.
Can you see the map?
I can now. I just can't really highlight people.
I guess you can see easier once your character's on the map.
I am going to cast Dispel Evil on Calistan, so he can get +4 bonus against attacks. He's surrounded by a holy. Give me a second. Holy energy surrounds you. This energy has 3 effects. You get +4 deflection, bonus to AC, attacks by evil creatures, and you can choose to drive evil creatures back to their home plane. And then, yeah, so. Oh, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my
Sounds
bird
dope.
to do a touch attack on the Lich and try and send it to its home plane.
So you would know that the Lich is not from a different plane.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna cast on Calistan so he can have better bonuses against.
Better defense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, as you finish casting that, we will end there. Next will be Calistan when we get back, when we resume next time. Okay.
Kayla, we can hear your mic.
Yeah.
It's making a lot
Sorry
of
for the
noise.
abruptness, but I'm going to end the stream there and we can prepare for next time. Thank you to any of our viewers.